Across the far western edge of Europe, where grey seas break against the cliffs of memory, two lands have long listened to the same whisper. In Ireland, people spoke of souls who would not rest, not demons, but neighbors from another time. Their presence was not always seen, yet it could be felt, in the creak of an empty stair, in the hush that follows prayer. To them, a ghost was not horror, but history refusing to die. In Scotland, the same belief took root in colder soil. Castles, glens, and kirkyards became stage and witness to all that lingers after guilt. There, a ghost was the conscience of a place, a reminder that some deeds outlive the men who commit them. Both lands shared one truth, born of the old Celtic year, that death was a door, not an end. Each autumn at Samhain, the living and the dead exchanged one long glance across the veil. Tonight, that gaze continues. The names have changed, the fires burn dimmer, yet Ireland and Scotland still walk with their ghosts. This is Ghosts of the Celtic Night, the story of two nations forever haunted, forever remembered. Long before haunted manors and candlelit corridors, Ireland's ghosts walked in open air. When harvest ended and fires burned low, villagers spoke softly of ancestors returning through the mist. Their presence was not always seen, but felt. A brush of cold wind across the threshold, a whisper in a field left fallow. As the centuries passed, monks recorded such tales with uneasy pens. Souls seeking prayers, warning of deaths, asking forgiveness. To the Irish mind, these were not monsters, but neighbors from the other side of dusk. And though the church built crosses where bonfires once rose, the people still left a door unlatched each autumn night, just in case the dead chose to come home. In Ireland, death rarely came unannounced. The old people said a keening voice would rise before the news. A sound neither human nor storm, echoing across the bogs at night. They called her the banshee, the woman of the mound. She did not kill, she foretold. From castle to cottage, families claimed their own banshee, loyal through generations, mourning before the bell. In the police records and parish letters, such cries were written down with uneasy respect. A voice was heard, a life soon followed. To those who listened, it was not terror but tradition, proof that even death kept its manners. And so the wail still drifts through Irish nights, part wind, part memory, reminding the living that the past has ears. By the 19th century, Ireland's ghosts had learned to live indoors. Grand houses, built over graves and battlegrounds, became theaters for the uneasy dead. Tenants wrote of footsteps on stairs, locked doors opening, mirrors that breathed. Servants left without wages. Priests blessed walls that refused silence. The police kept records of disturbances no law could name. Some said it was guilt, old crimes echoing through timber and plaster. Others said the houses simply remembered too much. In every county stood at least one dwelling the locals crossed themselves to pass. Its fires might glow, its paint might gleam. Yet by midnight, it would whisper like a tomb.
Steady now, Father. The light should reveal all. Sweet Mother of God. Did you see that?
Some Irish hauntings had no shape at all. In the records of constables and priests appear cases of rooms that screamed, stones that fell from nowhere, and furniture that moved as if breathing. They called it the thing in the house, a presence without body or face. Bibles were opened, holy water scattered, but the noises only mocked. In Louth, Tipperary, and Derry, such disturbances lasted for weeks, witnessed by police who signed their names in fear. When the silence finally returned, walls stood cracked, yet nothing living was found. For those who heard it, belief was no longer a choice. Ireland's ghosts had learned to speak in thunder. Not every Irish haunting belonged to the devil's work. In churchyards and monasteries, the dead were said to appear not in malice, but in plea. Priests told of candles lighting themselves before altars, of voices murmuring litanies where no choir stood. In these sacred places, miracles and hauntings shared the same air. Sometimes a ghost came seeking prayer, sometimes to remind the living of vows forgotten. To the people, these were not horrors but visitations, moments when heaven leaned close. The church recorded them with caution, yet always with awe. In Ireland, even the ghosts kept faith. Across the cold channel lies a land built from silence and stone. In Scotland, the ghosts seem older, heavier, not wandering souls, but memories trapped in the earth itself. Travelers speak of shapes moving through highland fog, of cries that rise when no wind blows. Shepherds leave the hills at dusk, saying the moors keep count of every death. From Skye to the borders, each ruined keep and mountain pass holds a name no longer spoken aloud. To the Scots, the mist is never empty. It is history made visible. Their ghosts are the weather of the past, rolling, changing, but never gone. In Scotland, sin leaves a longer shadow than death. The old chronicles speak of lairds and soldiers whose crimes would not stay buried. Their ghosts walk not to harm, but to remember, condemned to retrace every step of their wrong. At Glamis, Cawdor, and countless ruined keeps, footsteps echo where blood was once spilled. The living hear them in wind-hollow corridors and feel the chill of judgment in the dark. Here, a haunting is confession, every cry in the night an apology carved in air. For in these lands, even eternity must account for guilt. Some hauntings cover miles, not rooms. Scotland's battlefields are theatres where the past still performs. At Culloden, Bannockburn, and lonely Glencoe, soldiers have been heard when no army stands. Drums under thunder, banners in the rain. Shepherds tell of mist taking human shape, of hoofbeats that fade into silence. Historians write of temperature drops, compasses spinning, gunpowder smells in empty air. The land itself seems unwilling to forget. Here, ghosts are not visitors. They are the country remembering itself. Line by line, volley by volley. In the Age of Reason, Scotland built new walls, stone upon stone, logic upon faith. Yet within those grand houses, the old noises returned. Footsteps in empty halls, cold hands on warm brass doors. Servants fled, guests awoke to whispers from behind portraits, and masters found their ancestors walking the corridors by moonlight. Writers like O'Don Yule called them the civilized hauntings, ghosts that had learned the manners of the drawing room. They made no threats. They simply reminded their descendants that blood remembers. Even now, among velvet and gaslight, Scotland's great homes echo softly at midnight, as if every castle still rehearses its guilt before dawn. Across the narrow sea, the fires of Samhain have cooled, yet their smoke still hangs in the air of both lands. Ireland keeps its candles for the souls, Scotland its mists for the memories. Centuries apart, they speak the same language of echoes, the belief that what was loved or feared can never truly vanish. Now the modern world hums with engines and screens, but on this night, the old silence returns. Every porch light and every church bell is a signal across time, calling to the same unseen listeners. From cairn to cathedral, from bog to glen, the circle holds. The living remember the dead, and the dead keep watch. The ghosts of the Celtic night are not gone. They have simply learned to walk beside us.